So are you considering making a move to Irvine, California? You're probably wondering, where should I even live? And also, where do I even start? So in this video, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna break it down, sort of the lay of the land of Irvine, and I'm gonna go over all the neighborhoods based upon the high schools that are zoned for that area. So I'll go in a sort of a clockwise fashion on the map to give you guys a better idea. And it is very common for a lot of people that move here. They're looking for a very specific school. So that's definitely going to be helpful. And even if you're not thinking about schools or even care about where all the schools are located, this is still going to help you out because you'll be able to hear some names of certain neighborhoods and be able to geographically place them on the map. So that should help you out. All right, this is going to be fun. Stay tuned. What is going on? Welcome to the Living in Irvine, California channel. My name is Ron Abiera. I'm a local realtor here in Irvine, and if this is your first time at the channel, do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe, tap that bell so you're notified every time I put out a new video. So I get questions all the time. Ron, what is it like living in Irvine? What's it like to raise your 4 daughters here? What do you guys like to do for fun? What do you like and even what do you dislike? Well, I get excited when I get these questions because I absolutely enjoy being a guide, sharing my story and my experience moving here. So that's why I started this channel. And if you have any thoughts about moving to Irvine or the surrounding area, go ahead and do me a favor, contact us, call, text, email. Our info is right here on the screen. And I look forward to having a conversation with you regarding your move to Irvine, California. All right, let's get right into this. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this map as sort of a frame of reference. This map that you're looking at here is a map of the zoning for all of the high schools. So I'm basically gonna start at the bottom and just make a clockwise fashion move around the city so you know where all the neighborhoods that I name off, where they're located, and it's all gonna be relative to where these high schools are located. So let's jump right into the University High School area. So definitely the allure for this area is definitely going to be the schools. So you've got University High School, very prestigious, highly ranked, not only within the city, but within the state. Also in the area, you've got 2 major universities. You've got UC Irvine as well as Concordia University. So a lot of the draw to this area are definitely going to be the schools as well as faculty members that may be attending or working at those schools as well. Sort of the hub for this area when it comes to shopping. You've got places like the Quail Hill Shopping Center, University Town Center, the Campus Plaza. So these are places where the residents can go for Trader Joe's. You've got Albertsons, Ralph's, places to eat. You've got In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A. Those type of places are all going to be found within shopping centers within this area. And when it comes to the specific neighborhoods, you'll hear neighborhoods like Quail Hill. You've got University Park, and we can go upscale from there. We've got Turtle Ridge Gated Community, and on the very high end, you've got a place like Shady Canyon. So Shady Canyon is a guard gated community. I actually did CrossFit a number of years ago, and one of the participants there, he was a former NFL player who was a resident of Shady Canyon. So you'll definitely find your more affluent homes there, and some of the more expensive properties in all of Irvine you'll find in places like Shady Canyon. One of the communities I do want to highlight is called Turtle Rock. So if you're from the area, you probably already know that one of the more well-known communities in all of Irvine is going to be Turtle Rock. So what I really like about this community is, as I drive through, you definitely get that sense of community. You're typically going to find your larger lot sizes there, and it's going to be very different from most of the newer communities. So in Turtle Rock, you're definitely not going to get that cookie cutter feel where you're going to see 3 or 4 different floor plans with 2 different or 3 different exterior styles. You're going to get a good mixture of the different floor plans, 1-story, 2-story, and they're all kind of intermixed together, and you're going to get that very established neighborhood feel as you drive through the community. And another thing about Turtle Rock that I noticed is that you see a lot of elevation. So for the most part, the city of Irvine is going to be quite flat. By Turtle Rock, because of the elevation, certain home sites, you're definitely going to get views, which is not common here in Irvine. So you'll get views of the city. You'll get views of places like Shady Canyon. So definitely a place that's different from most other communities or neighborhoods here in Irvine. Okay, let's talk about the area surrounding Woodbridge High School. So this area here I like to refer to as the hidden gem of Irvine. Here you're gonna find 2 lakes. So it's pretty cool to be able to be near water, to enjoy the views, and to enjoy all the activities associated with being near a lake. Very, very unique area. Sort of the main hub for Woodbridge is definitely going to be the Woodbridge Village Center. So here you're gonna find, grocery store, restaurants, little coffee shop, little dance studio as well. I happened to be there on one weekend and my daughter was getting her nails done at a nail shop there. So I decided to just walk around, and it was kind of packed for a weekend at the town center. So I took some time just to walk around. I noticed that, they were about to have outdoor performance out there on the lawn. I took a little walk, found a nice little bike trail. So it's a little walking path bridge that will connect the village center to the North Lake. So you don't have to cross the main street, which is Barranca, that separates sort of the north and the south. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Found that area. You can walk there, check out the water, hang out there, and come on back. Definitely pop an area. You can definitely feel the sense of community in that Woodbridge area. Yeah, it's a fun place to visit. So as far as communities predominantly serving Woodbridge High School area, you're pretty much going to be either West Park or Woodbridge. West Park, again, it's kind of broken. Some of the community goes towards or is zoned for University High School, and the rest is zoned for Woodbridge. So I'll talk specifically about the Woodbridge community, and I definitely enjoy going through this community. Driving through the main loop they call is Yale Loop, which kind of goes around the community. And one thing that I'll notice is that as I'm driving through, lots of grass, very green. And another thing that I do like about this community is that the setback is pretty deep. So as you're driving along the loop, a lot of the properties start 20, 30, 40 feet away from the street. So you don't feel like you're actually driving through the neighborhood, but you get to appreciate, all the surrounding areas. So very nice area, and that's Woodbridge. All right, next up is going to be the areas around Irvine High School. So this area here is definitely centrally located within town, and it's highlighted by a lot of communities that either have low HOAs or possibly no HOA at all. So if you are looking for a property that does not have an HOA or very low HOA, that's going to be very, very limited. And if you are going to find it, it's going to be in this area here. The main hub for this area is definitely going to be the Heritage Plaza. So here you're going to find everything: your grocery stores, gas stations. There's going to be a Tesla charging station as well. You've got boba shops, Korean barbecue. There's a lot of stuff going on at the Heritage Plaza. And one of the stores that my kids like to go to is a store called Daiso. So if you're not familiar with that, it's kind of like a 99-cent dollar store, except everything there is $1.50. And they've got a lot of unique products, school supplies, household goods, stuff like that. So it's a pretty cool place that the kids like. And of course, I find myself taking them there a lot. The communities associated with the Irvine High School area are going to be predominantly a place called El Camino, and that's broken down into a bunch of other little communities. Popular ones you're going to hear about is going to be the Ranch. You've got Green Tree. Another popular one is going to be Deerfield, and all of those communities are zoned for Irvine High School. One that I'll highlight is kind of an offshoot is called Cypress Village. Now, Cypress Village is going to be sort of a newer construction community. It's another master plan community that's going to have, all the parks, the pools, and everything. And I actually purchased a home there. So one thing you'll know about that area there, it is newer construction. So compared to all of the other communities associated with Irvine High School, you're going to have the higher fees. So you'll have your taxes and your Melrose and your HOA that the other communities don't have. So definitely keep that in mind if you're thinking about a Cypress Village community, is that it is going to be zoned for Irvine High School, and you're definitely going to have to drive. I don't think it's walking distance for most folks to get to high school there. All right, next up is going to be the Northwood High School area. So in this area, There's going to be a very great reputation for the high school. A lot of people are moving here just to get into this high school. High academic reputation, high athletic reputation. What I like about this community is that you've got a nice mixture of well-established neighborhoods all the way to the newer construction. So you'll have places with very low HOAs all the way up to guard-gated communities. The hub for this area, it covers a lot of ground. So you're gonna have a number of places to go to for your shopping needs in this area. So one would be the Orchard Hills Shopping Center. There you're gonna find, I believe it's the pavilions. You'll find all of your banks and places to eat. One of my favorite Mexican restaurants is there. You'll also have the Zion Market area. So if you're looking specifically for, your Asian type foods, grocery, you'll definitely end up going to that area. They've got a nice, cool little food court that has a lot of yummy food there as well. And also to the south, you've got the Woodbury Town Center that some of these residents will be going to as well. I'll talk about that in a few minutes, and you'll have all the amenities there that I'll get into. The neighborhoods that are associated with the Northwood communities or area are definitely going to be, there's a lot of Northwood communities. You've got places like Northwood Point, and you'll get into places that have guard-gated community like within Northwood Point. And then you'll get into the newer communities. You'll have Orchard Hills, Eastwood Village, Stonegate. So those are going to be sort of the newer areas and communities that are zoned for Northwood High School. But do keep in mind, with anything that's going to be newer in the city, you'll have typically higher HOAs and MLRUs associated as well. One little gem of a neighborhood I wanted to let you guys know about that a lot of people don't know about is a little small community. Technically they call it Northwood 2, and it's a little gated community where there's less than 90 homes within this community. And I know about it because I helped a client to purchase a home in there. And so it's a little gated community, and as you get in there, you definitely feel like you're a little city away from Irvine. So it's a gated community, so you have your own pool, your own clubhouse, your own park, and because it's gated, you don't have a lot of traffic going through this little community. And one thing that I found out that was pretty cool is that there are floor plans in this community that actually do have a true dual master bedroom. So you'll hear about this a lot, where people are talking about having 2 master bedrooms, where really it's one master bedroom and then another bedroom that has its own bathroom in it, and they'll call it a dual master. But in this community, they actually have a floor plan that has 2 true master bedrooms, one upstairs and one downstairs. And the way that I know that they are true master bedrooms is that they're exactly the same dimensions, the same layout. So it's got a very large bedroom area and a very large bathroom. So both bathrooms have dual sinks. They're exactly the same. One's up and one's down. So it was pretty cool to see a home that actually has dual masters. So if that's something that you're looking for, I'll know where to find it. Next up is going to be the area around Portola High School. This, by the way, is going to be pretty much predominantly all the newer construction. The high school itself is brand new. So this is Portola High School. It's probably about 6 years old. So I've noticed that when you look up rankings online about the high schools within Irvine, for some reason this high school doesn't pop up. And I think it's going to be because it's just fairly new. So, but it is a established high school now, and state-of-the-art facilities, state-of-the-art classrooms, performing arts stage. It pretty much has everything that you would want in a new high school. As far as the surrounding communities, definitely it's going to be newer construction. You're going to have access to one of the trail systems that go through Irvine, and this one's called the Jeffrey Trails. So very popular for biking, walking, jogging. It's a really, really nice trail system. And you'll also be associated with the Great Park. So that's that sports complex that have dozens of soccer fields, tennis courts, baseball, softball fields, places to jog. So there's a lot going on over there. They've got the ice rink as well. Pretty cool complex that they have. They do have some performances that go on near there. So that's all associated with sort of the Great Park area. And that's all sort of within this Portola High School area. Probably the main hub that serves all of these communities is going to be the Woodbury Town Center. So this is a very popular area. It's got pretty much everything you're going to need. You've got your Ralph's, you've got a Trader Joe's, all the major banks are there. There's Chick-fil-A, other places to eat. So very popular. Oh, there's a Home Depot there as well. Home Depot and Michael's, those are huge. So you'll get a lot of people visiting from all the surrounding areas to get to this town center. Pretty cool. It does get congested, so keep in mind, parking lots get full. Be safe when you're driving out there. So now I want to talk about the communities and neighborhoods associated with the area. First, you're going to have Woodbury. Woodbury is a very established area. It's got, the Woodbury Town Center there, an array of housing options from apartments, condos, townhouses, all the way up to single family homes. And then you'll have on the high end, a place like Altair, which is a guard gated community. Here you're going to find definitely the larger home sites. Very affluent area. You've got athletes living there, very well-to-do residents that are going to live in a community like that. Also, we've got the Great Park neighborhoods. So now they've all broken down into different style communities. You've got places like Beacon Park, which is predominantly you're going to be your single family. You've got Pavilion Park, Cadence Park, and you're definitely going to find the last of some of the new construction properties that are going to go on, or you'll probably find them in the Great Park. One that I want to highlight is going to be an area called Portola Springs. So I do know this area very well. I have a couple of clients that chose this area. What's nice about Portola Springs, and again, it's pretty spread out, and you'll have an array of apartments, condos, single family homes. One of the things that I like about the Portola Springs area is that you do experience some elevation. So you're up against the foothills, you sit up a little bit higher. So on some of these properties, you'll be able to get views towards the rest of the city. Also keep in mind that you are close to the foothills. So you're sort of going to be very close to fire hazard area. So just definitely keep that in mind in this community, or basically any community that you're up against the foothills. All right, so that should give you guys a better idea of the layout of the city, where all the neighborhoods are. And if you can, do me a favor, comment below. Let me know if there's a specific neighborhood or community you want me to dive a little deeper into. I'd love to do that for you. And if you're in a situation where the schools don't matter to you, but there is something specific that you're looking for, whether it be a driveway, if you want to be closer to the freeway, farther away from the freeway, walking distance to shopping or school, definitely let me know. Reach out to me. All you got to do is call, text, or email. My info is right here on the screen. And I definitely look forward to having a conversation with you about your upcoming move to Irvine, California. Until the next time, I'll see you on the next one.